berberine. There can be different forms of berberine. People talk about a dihydroberberine, where the bioavailability can be 5 times greater and can last up to 2 times longer. There's also berberine phytosome, and then there's berberine HCl. I do tend to get people to stick to a berberine HCl because the literature and the research is very good around that. So now with berberine, okay, there's many benefits that we're getting, and we're using it for many, many different reasons. Berberine can actually be really good around things like lowering like LDL cholesterol, and potentially some benefits around like LDL particles as well. It has got antifungal benefits. I wouldn't say it's the most antifungal compound going around, but the good thing is that things like candida and yeast cannot really build up a resistance to berberine. Berberine has got amazing benefits around the gut lining. Okay, they actually had 2 groups of mice and rats, and both these groups actually had UC, which is ulcerative colitis. And so one was a control group where they didn't give the rats and the mice berberine. The other group they did, okay, and they actually gave like 25 milligrams up to 50 milligrams per kilo of body weight, and that was actually shown to minimize the amount of mucosal damage and minimize the amount of inflammation. So berberine does have massive benefits around protection for the gut lining. And also it's a quorum sensing inhibitor, which is a signaling pathway that a lot of negative gram-bacteria strains use, like Pseudomonas aeruginosa, even other bacterial strains like Chromobacterium valicium, that allows, it's a cell-to-cell communication that allows the bacteria to understand your cell density so they can adjust their gene expression accordingly to that. So berberine also helps to prevent biofilm formation, which is a protective mucilage, and can make the bacteria anywhere between 10 to 1,000 times more antibiotic resistant. Berberine is also really good around hydrogen ions and hydrogen sulfide, which can be exacerbated by SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And so bacterial strains that are producing more hydrogen ions and hydrogen sulfide, berberine is really good around that. So berberine is very good for something like small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Okay, it actually does help with a thing called AMPK, which is adenosine monophosphate protein kinase, which is actually to do with the regulation of inflammation. Berberine can be pretty good around like perimenopausal women, so it can actually have some benefits around progesterone. So once again, okay, it is very multifaceted. And it does cover a lot of bases. Yeah, okay. And also berberine is like nature's metformin, that is a type 2 diabetic drug that actually helps to drive glucose in the cell for energy. So it actually helps with the GLUT4 transporter. Okay, so what we're talking about here is glucose homeostasis, regulation of your blood glucose levels. So very multifaceted, covers a lot of realms, and there's just some of the reasons to why I would use berberine.